Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Episode 69 is here.
Oh, man.
Quick round of applause for us. I'm going to do it as quiet as possible, but
Make it sound like masturbating.
oh, yeah. Yeah.
The fapping clap.
Round of applause.
Who doesn't love a good fap clap?
One of
People
without
those-
hands.
Oh, man. We did it, man. We said we're gonna get to episode 69, have a big blowout for it. Today, this is episode 69, part 1. We'll call it the poor scheduling / planning part, because that's that's pretty much how it goes for me. Because I'm like, yeah, we got to do this, and then the holidays come and go.
This isn't
and then,
different than anything we've
No, it's
done
not, but it
ever.
will be. But it only gets better from here, though.
Right.
That's true. It's all downhill from here, baby.
Uphill. No, down.
No.
Well, downhill's
rather go
easier.
Downhill.
Uphill's harder. Uphill means worse.
Yeah, technically, shouldn't that say it's all uphill from here? I feel like that makes more sense, right? If it's all
When
downhill, you're kind
When
of
it's shitty,
yeah, it's all uphill.
I don't know.
True.
I
You
mean,
can't.
Anyway,
You can't get lower. But we've 69 episodes. This is fun. Hey, I'm Mike. Joining me as always, it's CJ.
What's up, everybody? Happy 69th episode to everyone out there. Happy 6-9 day, even though we're nowhere close. If we really did this right, we would have scheduled this in June. But 69 episodes, part 1. Glad to be here. And as always, our third partner in wait a minute, hold on. He looks a little different. Who is that down there? That's not our boy Skyler. That's the one and only Denny. Denny Janetti himself.
Yeah.
Yep. I am the new Skyler, so therefore I will do an intro for you.
Oh
no.
I don't have one. You think
Oh.
I don't know. I don't have one.
You
but,
could have. I don't know.
Listen, Skyler's got something going on, so I didn't want to leave the boys hanging, So
Got a bad case of gone herpessyphilades.
yeah, it could be. But listen, I'm here.
It's rough.
The sex appeal has gone down a little bit, but we get by. So
If there's anything Skyler brings to the show, it's sex appeal. That's
this episode had like 3 or 4 different premises until about now. There was about 12 different plans up in the air, and
I mean, we'll get to it. To it. That's
Yep.
you got to keep the people waiting, right?
oh yeah, on the edge.
Waiting for what, man? I don't. Who knows?
we got to
Who
keep the
knows?
people edging.
Oh yeah, we're edging.
That's what it is. We got to edge them hard.
Just like one of these days, we're gonna have that 6-9 podcast. I'm sorry, 6-9 pay-per-view. We're gonna do that. We're gonna
Is
do
the
that
69 man tag podcast?
Oh my god, we're all just crammed. 69 people in a Zoom meeting, just all yelling over each other. So as far as I'm, yeah, pretty. I remember didn't we try to watch the draft together online? That's just
terrible.
We're all just like, fuck this.
No,
You're
I'm
just like, no,
I'll just watch it by myself. This isn't working. There's too many people talking over each other.
So what's on the docket today, Brucey?
Well, I did just want to take a moment to just say that, over the course of these episodes, I think this has been the coolest thing I've done with podcasting, being that I've tried different variations with different people over the years.
I resent that.
I
resent that. We almost got sued by a professional hockey organization.
This is true. This is true. But this has just been fun because I think we've gotten to talk about a lot of cool shit. We've talked to a lot of cool people in the, almost 2 years we've been doing this. The previous 68 episodes. When we started this in my basement in 2014, and then we only did it for a few episodes, I was like, oh, that was cool, but it's just tough to keep up. And then to bring it back, in whatever 2021, whenever we restarted 7 years later, and here we sit in 2024 or whatever year now, a decade after the fact that we initially started this. We've hit
wild, right?
We've hit some form of milestone, whether it's made up in our head and it's not a traditional milestone, but it's still a milestone to us. Damn it.
I can't wait till we just no sell the 100th episode where we just don't even talk about it and we're just like
100%.
No,
100th episode anyway.
but yeah, man, we've been it's been really cool to just talk to some cool people, how the podcast has sort of evolved, how it went from when we first did it to no, we're going to talk about what's current every single week, and I'll be honest, for other people, that if you are some small podcaster listening, thank you, and follow us on all the socials, Six Man Tag Podcast. But it's kind of an impossible task when you don't have a lot of clicks, because if you put stuff out that is just current, it's kind of like it just becomes outdated by the time someone might find it.
I think especially now, like it's different from when you guys started. I think back then you could kind of get away with that. Like now everybody and their mother like has an opinion, and it's so easy, because I remember when me and you used to do this for the Going Five Hole podcast, because we love numbers in our podcast apparently. We used to have to be together physically like to do it, and then like uploading it and like editing it was such a such a fucking problem, and it took hours. And then I remember we were using Google Hangouts, and then that wouldn't work, and like I think like you said, it's tough to get eyes on it, but I think at this point it's become more for us than anything else.
It is, and it's like, I think goals change over the years. When you're when you're 20, in your early 20s, you're like, yeah, this will be my job, and then it's like, well, no. And then if you just let it be what it is, which I mean, I know I have, it's just, if worse comes to worse, I just get to sit and talk with my friends once a week and just kind of hang out, being that we all live in different states at this point. It's the easiest way to do that. So if nothing else, I appreciate that part of it, to do this all the time, and why we'll keep doing it, and all that shit. But it's been fun, man. Like I said, we've been able to talk to some cool people. I do want to have, and it gets tough when, especially like
we are going to have some of those cool people coming back for part two.
We
have sent the emails and the text messages and stuff like that. So like we are going to have some people on for part two. So
we are actually maybe officially big time, because as the only wrestling insider on this podcast, we have to get approval from AEW to have someone on this podcast.
Yeah, that is true.
So just for that is cool.
Yeah,
like someone at a major company is going to have no choice but to look us up and go, what?
Oh God!
You want to go on this show that has 30 clicks a week?
If anything, they're going to tell them no. They're just like, "Are you sure you want to do that?" Like, these guys, what? No. I think it would look bad for us.
Yeah,
so.
The Undertaker versus the Pope. What?
Oh yeah, they just listen back to that. They're like, sold. Get these guys in creative now.
I'm sorry.
We might get jobs out of it. Who knows?
That's true.
Listen, that's all I'm saying is me and Dennis spitballing out those history ideas, and it's kind of what I want to do a lot of today, because we had so much fun doing it. And
it was my favorite podcast.
And again, if you want to go listen to it, it's episode 67. We also talked about ruthless aggression, but it just kept kept going back to it was
turning into fantasy booking.
Yeah. The funniest part was you listing names, and I just knew everybody, which after the fact, I'm like, I don't know if this is good or not.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, yeah, Billy and Chuck. And I'm like, oh yeah.
My favorite part of that whole thing is like, we thought we were
go ahead, ask me any movie.
Yeah. We thought we were
a great movie.
We thought we were so innovative, and it's just like, well, celebrity deathmatch is a thing. Like, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But that was fights. There weren't like, and they really only did current stuff like boy band shit or whatever when it was on in like the 90s and early 2000s. Great show, by the way. Got big time respect for those claymation people that had the patience to do that, by the way.
That was a big thing back in like the late 90s, early 2000s. Big claymation. I remember like Tool had a bunch of music videos that could kind of do that.
Wallace and Gromit.
Tool is notorious for not putting themselves in their videos, so a lot of their videos are either animated or claymation.
Gorillas also, they're only animated. They actually don't exist.
Yeah, it's true. I also, I guess getting my thank yous out of the way. I appreciate being brought along for the ride with this. I was not a wrestling fan a year and a half ago, and now I am.
There you
So
go. That's how we get you.
it's been fun. I enjoy it, man. I do. I've actually have a rooting interest now, and it's not just something from my
Rooting.
childhood. So I
Yeah.
enjoy it.
And
I
here's
enjoy
the
it.
thing I'll say about that real quick too, because I think this can go for a lot of people. I feel like a lot of people, obviously, wrestling gets a bad rap because it's considered fake or staged, whatever you want to call it, right?
You're telling me the Avengers wasn't real?
Exactly. But I feel like, yeah, you almost got Dennis. I think you did get him to spit take actually. Um,
Oh, it's on the floor. God damn it.
but I think that like
It was just the Avengers. If it was any other movie, it wouldn't have been funny. But it's oh god.
Oh, I can't believe they
When,
fucking they destroyed my car again. Who's gonna fix this?
these bastards.
Live,
feel like,
the Avengers live action, just destroying actual cities.
So
Coming
that's how
to a
they
town.
film it.
They just go on tour.
That's how they film it. Like people in New York would just be like, "Oh, Marvel's filming here today. That's
Oh,
interesting.
no.
I wonder what
Not
I wonder
again.
what they're filming."
Oh god, not again. All right.
But
Anyway,
I feel like when you're the average person who hasn't watched wrestling or might even have like a predetermined kind of notion about it being like phony and like whatever, I'm not watching it, it's phony. I feel like if you could just put that aside and watch wrestling as what it is, and that is purely an entertainment product, I feel like it's hard to come away without, it's hard to leave that without finding something that's going to hit you and entertain you in some way. And I feel like, Dennis, you did a great job of being like a guy who came in with like no interest in wrestling at all. You started kind of like jumping into this podcast with us, and that got you start watching some shows. And then we started recommending some stuff to you, and you watched it purely as a guy who was looking to be entertained. And then when you go into that with that kind of mindset and not like, oh, who's winning the fake fight? But when you're just watching it to be entertained, I feel like it goes a lot further. And I feel like a lot of people need
for
to
me
be
it's
able to
more for me it's more like the pageantry. Like I
Mhm.
really enjoy that. Like I like it sounds corny, but like all the intros and like the pyro. Like I love that. I think that's
That's the fun
great.
part. Yeah,
Like
man.
that, yeah. And like don't get me wrong, I can appreciate like a good like athletic contest or like a scale of athlete, whatever. But it's like I definitely appreciate it now for what it is. I think people, like you said, like it gets a bad rep because like I think people when they think wrestling, they think like Attitude Era, like dick and fart jokes, and oh look, a bra and panties match, and it's like it's evolved, and
Yeah.
at the time, yeah, it was a bit crude, but I mean, and it still can be, but
But then
it's
again, if
really
you go
not.
back,
Yeah,
if you go back and look at even further than that, and you go back to like the 80s and early 90s, it gets even hokier. So it's just
right.
like you said, it's just an evolution of the product to the point
Yeah,
where it's just like now I feel like wrestling now more than ever can take itself a little more seriously, but at the same time, we still find ourselves poking fun at it. We still find the wrestlers poking fun at themselves. Kind of goes back to that almost like carnival circus roots where it's just like, hey, this is a show and we're here to entertain you. And we're going to put in a little comedy. We're going to put in a little drama. We're going to put in a little this and that and that.
Mhm.
But when you go back, obviously the further you go back, usually the hokier it gets, except for like the initial days where they were presenting it as a shoot.
yeah.
Which those matches are kind of hard to watch in a different aspect because it's mostly just guys just rolling around and trying to pin
I
each
love
other. Which is
watching
like,
Luthez versus George Hackenschmidt. I love that. That's actually
yeah.
that would actually be 55 stars for me.
But then once
55.
you get to like the 80s where you started seeing guys like Duke the Dumpster Drosy,
Oh, Isaac
the
Yankem.
original MVP, also known as oh my god, now I'm drawing a blank. What was Knuckleballer, the Knuckleballer dude, whatever. His original name was
Knuckleball
with the baseball
Schwartz.
face paint, Knuckleball Schwartz. There you go. His original name was MVP, which I think is funny.
But
So
like I
That is
think
funny. I don't remember
honestly
that.
though, I think the wrestling is at its best like when it's not taking itself too seriously, like where there is an undertone of seriousness, but
Mhm.
I I can't maybe like even the storyline with like the bloodline. Like I didn't follow that super closely, but I appreciated it because it turned me on to Sami Zayn. I mean, guy's great. But there was
yep.
so much like comedy in that, and
Mhm.
it wasn't just you know what I mean? It wasn't just like we're
Yeah.
macho tough guys. There was like these
Yeah.
one-liners and trying to break character and like
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, then, yeah. Well, and I feel like I wanted to. This is a perfect time to just bring up R-Truth with the
I was
Judgment Day
gonna
stuff
say the same thing.
because
Yep.
like
That's my
I
guy.
feel like because I
Love
feel
that guy.
like I was nowhere near bored or anything like that with the Judgment Day, but now you have this like added wrinkle, and it's just hilarious every week. It's literally
great.
similar. It's literally like a carbon copy of Sami Zayn joining the Bloodline in a way.
Yeah. No, it's perfect, man.
Is Nick okay? I can't
Yeah.
find him on Facebook.
Dude,
that
like-
popped the shit out of me.
So
I don't.
saw,
Can I be
did you
honest?
see-
I don't get that. Can you
So,
explain
Dom-
that to me?
hold on.
Dominic Mysterio.
I know that. But who's
R-Truth
Nick?
thinks that
Just
Dominic
sound it
Mysterio
out.
was two people, Tom and Nick
Oh.
Mysterio.
That's why I was like, okay. I was like, wait, just you'll
Yep.
get there.
But
Okay.
apparently, and I saw, I don't know if this was like a fake shirt or if it's something WWE's actually selling. We're gonna have to look up the shop and check. But they had a shirt with like R-Truth standing between two pictures of Dominic Mysterio, and it just
I do
says,
think
like,
that's real, by the
and
way.
Nick, yeah, it says Tom and Nick Mysterio. I think that is a real shirt.
No, I'm pretty certain that's real. So I'm on WWE Shop, which Fanatics. So let's see if I can find it.
Yeah.
All
right, I'll let you.
No,
do the work.
it is in fact real. It says Three Amigos on the top.
Yes,
it is real.
and it's just R-Truth in between two pictures of Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
I might have to get that shirt.
Yeah.
And
Who
I
the
might
one he
have
did
to-
the one where he was like backstage eating the jelly rolls, and he's like, "Wait, that was last week. How did I do?" Like but like you know what it is. It's not like forced either. It's just
Right.
like naturally. But
Yeah.
like
R-Truth
I don't
is
know.
just a funny guy. He's
Yeah.
just you could tell, like, and again, like
Agoraphobia.
I'm like 99% sure of this. Again, I have no insider information, so I could be completely wrong, but I'm fairly certain that R-Truth has none of his shit written. Like
No.
that is all just him.
No,
And
there's
that's
no way.
why he's able to get Damian Priest to pop and
Yeah.
and all these guys.
Well, when
backstage.
he
That's
went
why
out-
he gets them to giggle a little bit because they don't
Right.
see it coming.
When he went out and tried to break Brock, that was like one of
He
my
did
favorite.
break Brock.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Brock
the
wanted to
best.
work with him after that because of that skit.
Paul
Brock
Heyman
went back and said, "I want to work more with that guy."
Sioux Falls City. That
Yeah.
was it's
Yeah.
just-
The only condition is you got to put a title on him for me to take.
That shit is so funny though.
Oh, you almost got me again. I got that.
Oh,
Yeah,
man,
man,
I'm having a Hall of Fame night with this.
There you go.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. Yeah, no, I like I'm a big fan of, but I know we actually have things planned. I know we joke about this, but the one thing is like I'm a big fan of like books. I love reading, whatever, and I just like good stories. And I think like if you can, like, it doesn't have to be like, oh, who's winning, who's losing, as long as like there's a good story and there's good dialogue and there's some humor. And like I almost think that the humor being a part of these storylines now, it makes it a little bit better because it almost breaks the fourth wall.
Yeah.
Where wrestling, I think, had this problem of they were conflicted between the kayfabe and then the modern day Twitter and all of that. And I think now they're kind of realizing like, okay, we can still have these really serious storylines, but at the same time too, like throw a little bit of personality and humor into it. It's not just like, well, we're gonna put them in a steel cage and see what happens.
Yeah.
And who comes out? Loser has to shave their head. It's like now it's like there's actual, like, it feels like more drama.
Right. And when it worked. I mean, I'll give AEW props for letting like Tony Storm do that like old-timey like old-time like movie star, 50s, gimmick.
Timeless.
Sorry, excuse me for getting the name wrong, but like same deal, like can be a super serious wrestler, but hilarious now with this character that she's evolved into. So it's like
she's hilarious doing that character.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think she's one of the better parts right now.
Yeah, and it's like you need that because it like clearly whether people want to deny it, like the stuff gets over, people love it every time it comes on. So it's like it's needed, man. It's a nice balance, and not everything has to be so serious with wrestling.
No, I think that's honestly exactly it. Like, I agree with that totally. But let's read. We actually have fan mail. That's not just from me. And I'm actually really I've read them, but I want you guys to read them. So
are they safe to read?
I actually told someone not to put something in there because it was just not safe for air, and it was funny. and I will tell you guys off air what it was, but it was
Fair enough.
Yeah,
yeah,
fair enough.
yeah.
All right. Our first fan mail of the week comes from the week. Yeah. Thank you.
Of the year and last.
Stone Cold Lock of the Century. Of the
week.
All right. From Solid Snake 447. Congrats on the 69th anniversary.
I love it.
Very funny. Here's my questions. I always wanted to see a big man Money in the Bank. Who would you guys think would win out of these wrestlers? Kane, Undertaker, Big Show, Andre the Giant, Mark Henry, Vader, Yokozuna, or Bam Bam Bigelow?
Oh, Bam Bam. Give it to Bam Bam.
Yeah, I'm going Bam Bam.
Yeah.
I'm going Bam Bam only because half those guys can't climb the ladder. Like I think it's probably between Taker, Kane, and Bam Bam.
Nah,
But
man, I want Yokozuna to get up that ladder, man.
Oh my God. Could you imagine seeing Yokozuna try in a ladder match?
Bro, can I also just say, like, shout out them for climbing all those guys for climbing ladders. I had to take Christmas lights down from like I literally needed to climb like three rungs of a ladder, and I'm instantly like, oh no.
So before you get to the second part of that question, at ShopRite, I used to have to hang stuff, and I would go to the top of a 20-foot ladder.
Oh no.
To do it?
Like outside the store, like up on
No, in the store.
Oh, so, from the ceiling.
From the ceiling of ShopRite. And let me tell you, once you get to that third rung, the ladder just moves. And I have a ton of respect for any of those guys that do any of that. Like big time. It's wild.
I didn't have many gimmick matches in my career. I never had a ladder match. I never had a tables. I always wanted to do a tables match. I never got.
I feel like a tables match would be fun. I would be so into that.
I feel like that doesn't do the Big Show Cody ending.
Yeah. The Big Show ending. We've talked about that numerous times on the show. That might be your favorite ending to any match.
Because I love it. Because it's like it's everyone's
so
like because it elicits the what the hell was that reaction, but I'm like, no, that's hilarious.
Yep. No, but I did the only gimmick matches I did, ironically enough, which makes sense for my character, a strap match. That was fun.
Strap on match.
Yep, the strap on match. There it is. Yeah. That's like literally every time I mention that. Yeah, I was in a strap match. What, a strap on match? Yeah. Yes. We had to climb a pole. We had to climb a strap on a pole match. You got to get to the top, get the strap on, put it on, and use it.
Oh, and use it.
And use it.
All right, get down the ladder, kid. Get down the ladder, kid. Make yourself famous.
All right. I tapped his leg with it. No.
No. We want blood.
Oh no. And all right, there it is. Wow.
Oh, it's good.
I did do a strap match, which was funny because I was the one that suggested it, right? We had this angle. I think I might have even told this story before on the show.
Strap on match, please.
Yeah,
please.
We had this storyline going with me and a former tag partner, this guy named Chris Dace. He's no longer wrestling, but he's a good guy. He's a great guy. So we had this thing where we were tagging together for a while. I got I think I either got hurt or I was like entering the academy for my corrections job at the time. So like I had to take some time off. And when I came back, we split up the team. And the whole angle is that like I would just whip him with my belt. Like every week I'd just come out and just beat the shit out of him with my belt. So we were supposed to have this big match at our, our big night show that we put on like once a month. And I brought it up to Brian Johnson, who was our booker at the time. And I told him, the mecca of professional wrestling, by the way. I told him, I was like, hey, since we've been doing this angle with me whipping him with a belt every week, why don't we make it a strap match? First, I brought it up to Chris to make sure he was cool with it, because I was just like, I'm not going to just throw you into this if you're not
Surprise.
down. Yeah. So I brought it up to him. He loved it. Go up to Brian. Brian loved it too. He's just like, that's a great idea. Let's do it. So we got a strap together. We, had it around our wrists. And we whipped the shit out of each other. And I can tell you, I planned a spot where I did the whole get my arms tied up in the ropes thing. And I was going to let him whip me across the chest 10 times. That was the plan. I think I made it to 4.5 before I was like, nope, done.
Oh, God. Damn.
So that was definitely interesting. We whipped the shit out of each other, but we had a lot of fun doing it. So
no bueno.
Yeah.
All
We
right,
had
let
some
me-
cool. We had some cool spots in that match, though. I did
Oh,
have
I'm
an I
sure.
quit match with the guy
Ooh.
who separated my shoulder. I hit him with a case
Mm.
of soda. I brought that up on the show that just a few weeks ago.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, was it last episode you said that?
Yep.
When we
Yep.
or
It was
did
either
we,
last
last
episode or the one
episode.
before. Yeah,
were
yeah.
we just
Yeah.
were we
By
just
the way, forgot about that. Fuck you guys, as always.
What happened?
Every time I don't come up, every time I'm away, I just get crushed on this show.
Not for nothing, but like when we
I'm your only listener half the
I
fucking
know.
time.
This is
but
true.
that was part of the bit for a while
Yeah.
because like
Yeah.
for the part of the bit was just me calling you a cunt every week, and then
Yeah, it's true. I remember that.
And then it was just like, yeah, Dennis gets hit in the nuts every time we play a sport.
You know
So-
what? I would love that there's just like one odd person out there that's listening to this and it's just like,
Yeah.
the bald,
They really
the
don't like this
bald
Dennis
one? Man, his balls must be full of pus.
Oh, that's
Oh,
an image we don't need.
Finish
Oh, no.
finish the question. Finish the
All right.
question.
And
Yeah.
now for a silly question.
I love silly, big silly guy.
I didn't tell him to say that, but
No, I love it.
I mean, he did it on his own.
Oh. Do you think poop stain? What what the fuck is this? Do you think poop stain Patterson's undies or Rikishi's ass smell worse?
It's probably Rikishi. It's gotta be.
Thanks again, fellas, and congrats.
I
Solid
think,
snake.
I don't know, man. I gotta, yeah. Rikishi's like,
Rikishi
it's
had
like
to
a biohazard weapon.
but like, is it Rikishi? Listen, if you're putting your ass in the dude's face, like I feel like you got to be a little self-conscious, or is it a rib where you just don't clean your ass?
So, and I think I've heard this in some interviews from some guys back in those days who took the stink face, and I've seen some interviews where guys would talk about like Rikishi had multiple sets of gear, one that he kept very, very, very clean, and he always kept it very clean for the guys that he was working with, and then one that he just would never wash.
Oh,
And if
boy.
he was working with a guy he didn't like, you were getting the unwashed one.
Oh,
Okay,
Yep.
that makes sense. So we'll go through.
So you got to stay on his
Rikishi.
good side. Not for nothing. If I knew I was working a fucking program with Rikishi, I'd probably be offering to buy him like fucking dinner every night.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'd
yeah.
just be like, "Hey, what's up, Rikishi? What do you need, bro? You need a drink? You need a beer? You get a steak yet? Let's go out and get a steak."
Should I eat a vanilla
Stop,
paste?
stop, stop.
Asparagus and cuttlefish. Oh my god,
It is so stupid.
the human centipede.
All right. Read the other two.
Yeah, let's see what else we got.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, from Dennis Malice, whoever that is.
Yeah, who could that
I
be?
Heard that guy's a cunt.
Yeah.
And his balls
heard his crotch is just fucking scar tissue.
We really did go ham on your crotch last week, didn't we?
God. Yeah.
Anyway, what's Dennis's question? I can't wait.
Yeah.
Dear
This is
Dear
before I knew
Bru-
I was coming on the show. So this is like I just didn't.
Dear Bruce, Big Rig Butters, and Sky. Hey
Love it.
guys, super glad we finally got to 69 episodes. Congrats. Been a long time. I'm sure you've been you're just making me say a word I can't pronounce. You do this on purpose.
What's the word?
I'm also
arduously.
arduously. Yeah, I would have gotten there. Arduously planning
We
the
would've figured it out.
episode. Some quick observations, if I may. Did we ever figure out who would win in a hardcore match, Matt Foley or Mick Foley?
Oh,
We
that was
really-
the
we
big
gotta-
question that we used to
That
ask
was,
everybody
I know.
too.
We'll
Yeah.
bring it back.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm still saying, I don't know. Like Mick Foley's a legend. Man's
I
tough as
know.
nails.
I
But
like
who's
my
more motivated than Matt Foley?
I like my theory that they're the same person.
That's true.
Yeah.
I wish Mick Foley didn't charge like a lot of money for cameo because I would absolutely just make him answer that for it. But
oh my
cameo,
god, yeah.
but like,
Who would win in a fight? You were Matt Foley.
yeah. But
Who
I
would
don't
win
know.
in,
But
in a tables
nonetheless,
match?
oh no. I mean,
Matt Foley willingly put himself through a table. So
Just saying, who's more hardcore than that?
I mean, yeah, right.
yeah,
Man.
that is still an all-time SNL skit.
It's the best one ever.
It is, yeah.
It's not.
I mean,
I don't
it-
even think it's.
I think it
close.
goes between that and the Chippendales one, and they're both Chris Farley.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, they're both iconic.
Yeah,
I
no,
agree
Chris-
with
yeah.
that.
dude was a legend.
Yeah. Man, Matt
I've been
Fuller, man.
told. I've been told that I'm very Chris Farley-esque at times, especially back in my fatter drunker days. So I've definitely gotten the comparisons before. So I've always appreciated him.
Great guy.
Yep.
Next question. Do you think there will be a feud in the future with Jinder and his cousin Taj? I mean, naturally.
I think that's what we're all waiting for.
I'm
We're all
looking
waiting
forward
for
to it.
Jinder and Taj.
Welcome-
Mahal, cousin of Jinder.
Welcome to Inside Jokes We'll Never Explain podcast.
Yeah, I know.
Yep. That joke is for somebody out in the universe, just not
Yeah.
for anybody who's watching.
And they won't even listen. It's the best part.
Yeah. Do you think God damn it? Do you think Luther Reigns and Roman Reigns have dinner together when they're in town together?
I knew you would. I knew that was gonna get you.
Kinda
I
like
knew. That's a
kinda
Mike
like-
Fran-
Kind of like the New York Giants and the San Francisco Giants, Mike.
Do you? I don't know. I don't know if Craig knows the backstory on that. I don't know. If
Just
Craig
pe-
knows.
I mean, I know who Luther Reigns is, but
just people-
No,
it-
so people used to call it Mike Francesa on WFAN and like troll him. And one of the biggest ones was, "Hey Mike, do you think the San Francisco Giants and the New York Giants have dinner when they're in town together?" And he just would like flip out every time.
Every time
So-
someone would prank him, he'd be like,
I-
this guy waited on hold for 3 hours just for that."
I just like looked
You're a
to see if
clown.
there was people.
Mike
I didn't-
Francesca's a dick.
Oh yeah,
No,
he's the worst.
He's the best though.
Keep
I
going.
hate him. I hate him.
Also, what's the card for this year's 6-9 pay-per-view that's definitely happening? I mean, where do we start?
Well, you got the dark match, me and
Yes,
Andy.
the dark match.
Then you have
Andy and Andy Bivens, Craig Francis, the dark match.
Yeah.
Yep.
The main event, the Horsemen versus the Horsemans.
Oh, team two
in a
fat
Survivor Series style match.
Yeah,
team too fat to float versus team Foghorn Leghorn.
yeah, yep.
And then there's the battle royal.
I'm pretty
Just
sure.
all of us.
I'm pretty sure we're the only one with more championships than AEW right now.
The Bing Bong Boys versus the Ding Dong Boys.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. Oh man, there's a
and then I guess the co-main event, the 30 rack on a pole match.
yeah.
Joe
that is-
Patrick versus
Joe
Slurms
Patrick.
McKenzie.
Yeah, Joe Patrick and Sloan McKenzie slugging it out.
I'm
over
working like
30 rack.
alone. I'm working like 6 matches.
Welcome to the Indies, kid.
Guess what? We're not paying you.
All right, read the last part of this question.
Oh man. Oh, let's see. Oh man, Skylar's not here for this one. Some quick questions for you and the guys to wrap this up. Skylar, do you often dress up as Dirty Dom and pretend your Rhea Ripley fathead is mommy? We're gonna say yes to that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, I'm gonna confirm that for
I think
everybody.
that's just a rhetorical question.
Yeah. Also, Craig, if you were to feud against Zach Gowen in OTW,
Oh no,
who would go over? You or
probably
him?
Zach Gowen. Zach Gowen would kick my ass with one leg.
I couldn't remember his name, so I had to look it up. I just typed in
What?
amputee
One-legged
wrestler.
wrestler. Yeah.
It came
Zach
right
Gowen
out.
would probably whip my ass, man.
I
I'll
didn't
tell you.
even know which
I
body
did not
parts.
have the best record in OTW. I had a better record in UWC.
All right,
That
read
was-
this
that was
last
where I
part,
flourished.
please.
Bruce, how's that Disney swingers thing going for you? A lot of
Disney Swingers
dudes.
Club. Lot of dudes.
A lot of dudes.
And a lot of fat people.
Yeah. I'll be listen, I'll be in Florida next week. I'll be at the Royal Rumble next week if you're listening to this before the Rumble.
Live
Lot of-
show from the Royal Rumble. You're just gonna film the whole thing and post it up
Yeah,
on the
just
podcast
pirate the
channel.
shit out of it.
I'll be there with a friend of the show, Anthony. And maybe perhaps an Instagram live. Probably maybe.
Probably
Maybe
not. Don't promise things. You're not
I'm not
gonna
I didn't promise. I said maybe.
do.
We do
All right.
we do have to go to the big store that's at actually the Buck Stadium before, like they have like
Big
a super
store?
they have like a big superstore. So I'm
Oh,
definitely checking that out. So perhaps
Nice.
maybe I can promise an Instagram live from inside the superstore. I can't no
Yeah.
promises from inside the
All right.
actual Royal Rumble.
All right,
Get
we
some
have
film with Anthony.
we have one last email question, and if the rails stay on during this email, I'm gonna be shocked.
Can't wait.
All right. From now, how would you properly say this? Because I said G Nut Us one.
It's
That's
G
right.
Nuttus. G Nuttus, yeah.
G Nut Us one. Do you think Hulk Hogan, known for his 24-inch pythons,
Is that what he's known for? Because I feel like he's known for something else lately.
also referred to his dong as a python? Or do you think he was more modest and considering the steroids and appropriately named it his Whittle PP
His widow PP?
with a W?
Yeah, widow. It's so widow.
Jesus.
I gotta say, I feel like with the ego Hulk Hogan has, he probably referred to it as an anaconda. He's got the pythons up top and the anaconda down below.
He
Right.
probably called it like the main event or something like that.
Oh,
Something stupid.
you ready for the main event, brother? I mean, sister,
ma'am.
ma'am.
I did read one meme, and then that's it. I'm gonna read that second part when we're not
I think-
recording.
Oh,
be
you're
honest,
not
though,
gonna
hold on.
read that?
Should
Hold
I?
up. Well, I was gonna say, I think Hulk Hogan was too busy during sex yelling out racial things to worry about what his penis was named. If we're being honest, because I mean,
I will
if
say,
any evidence is
I will say, I did read someone post because a little positive, something positive. He, I guess, saw a car accident, and whoever he was with, he pulled over and like
Grab
pulled
my
someone,
hand,
pulled
brother.
someone, yeah, and then like imagine you're in a car accident. And the car is like flipped over, and then some Hulk Hogan just reaches in your car. Grab my
Man,
hand, brother.
How much?
Like,
how many drugs did I take today? Jesus!
if I were in a car accident and Hulk Hogan was the guy like pulling me out of the car, I don't know how I'd react.
Like-
I'd be like, "What is happening?"
I'd be like, "What,
Hold on, I'm all right,
brother?"
I'm gonna send Craig what the email says on the bottom, and I just want to see his reaction.
Yes, yes.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna text it to you, Craig. Hang on.
God,
I'm waiting.
All right, there you
I
go.
got Snapchats. Anyway,
All right, let's
Let's-
shall we move on?
see here.
yeah. Let's. All right. I do want to talk.
Hold on. Let's get the
Oh,
reaction
sorry.
shot first. Hold on.
Oh, yeah,
I'm not gonna
yeah.
read it out loud, but you'll be able to see how I react to it here.
Yes, he's reading. Chuckle.
Oh, oh my god! I don't even think this is that bad. We could.
I don't either.
All right,
I
fuck it. Read it. Go ahead.
All right. If you were a woman and Andre the Giant said he wanted to be on top, would you be brave enough to say no? Furthermore, what do you think post-sex recovery medical bills look like for those women?
The delivery of that was great. Thank you, Trent, for that. There was
That's
another.
beautiful.
There-
I
It's
would
very
say
funny.
definitely an ICU stay for sure. Like,
Yeah.
you're not getting out of there without an
Like,
ICU stay.
You just
You
might
got
be
it for the
dead.
story.
I don't even know. I at that point you might just be like eaten or swallowed. Like I don't even know.
I'm willing to bet Andre knew how to be gentle with the ladies, though.
That's what I
don't-
think too.
Yeah, maybe.
However, I'm pretty sure even just like one of those fingers would probably put a girl in traction. So, if we're being honest,
Oh no.
have you seen that man's mitts?
I didn't.
You weren't thinking about his fingers, were you?
No. No.
No.
Finger bang bang, you into my life.
Oh no.
You just.
I could only imagine what his dick looked like. I could,
Oh god. If it's
You can-
proportionate to his
can you do-
body.
Andre the Giant's thumb looked like my dick.
Can-
all right,
can you-
like
Can you?
I was gonna say
69.
say torso. let alone- Jesus.
Oh,
Oh,
episode
God.
69 of this podcast featured Andre. What if Andre the Giant was finger banging chicks?
what would an episode 69 be without some good old fashioned
Oh
dick
my
jokes
God.
and references?
What if, man? What if?
What What if?
Now,
All right.
now you got to cover Faith Plus One for me.
Oh,
I need you in my life,
After that,
Jesus.
we know you love Jesus. We think you might be in love
In
with
love.
Jesus.
Yep.
All right, let's
wanna lay you
let's
down
do
by
some
the fire.
history of the world. Before
history
we
of the
start.
world. This very quickly became one of my favorite things to just do now because it's endless. And that is if
Timeless.
you didn't listen, episode 67, we just sat here and did this. Very funny. At least I thought so.
Yeah,
And you
I
thought
thought it was
so.
great. I thought it was great.
It's just
I
more of
wasn't
that.
on it, so I thought it sucked.
Fuck.
It stinks.
Fuck.
No,
Shout
very,
out to-
very, very good stuff, of course.
Shout out to the critic.
Oh my god, that's a reference right there. That's a throwback.
Yeah.
I wonder what John Lovitz is up to nowadays.
Dead.
No, he's still alive.
He's not.
I don't know.
Still alive.
Do
Anyway.
we want to do the Undertaker and the Pope, or do we want to do JFK, Lee Harvey Oswald?
They're both very funny.
I feel
So-
like I don't know. I feel like we can do both really
Yeah.
well.
I
Yeah,
know.
we got time.
We do have time. Let's start. So only because I have no idea how to pinpoint. I do, but I don't with the Undertaker and the Pope. How to piece that one together. So let's start because that's more
I
intriguing.
mean, I got an idea.
Yeah.
I mean, that motherfucker was literally crucifying people on TV every week for a while. So if that's not your way to get the Pope in.
This
That's
is
not
true.
your modus operandi.
Yep.
All right, yeah, let's do JFK, Lee Harvey Oswald. We'll start.
All right. So we'll start
4 weeks out.
All right. So it starts. So the beginning I came up with now, JFK and Lee Harvey Oswald are the current tag team champions, and they will be facing off with what the fuck's his name? With Nikolai Kolov and Vladimir Kozlov. If you see where I'm going there, they will be challenging for those tag team championships.
See, I even have a better setup for this, I think. So
let's hear it.
Obviously, like, you wonder why. I think the better. Oh shit! I gotta plug my computer. Hold on.
Oh no!
Computer's dying.
That pesky charger.
I just got the. This is gonna explode in 5 seconds. Hold on. Sorry.
Watch out! Watch out! Watch out!
No one's listening anyway. It doesn't matter. Anyway,
what?
All right, so it's got to be the unlikely tag team, because realistically, why is Lee Harvey Oswald and JFK together?
That's
so
true.
You figure that week 1, it's a tag team between LBJ and with LBJ and JFK
And JBL
and JBL and MVP.
Everyone
It's
with
just all
3
the
initials.
So all of a sudden, LBJ gets hurt after the match.
Okay.
And they're like, we need someone. Who do we get? And then there's this.
But now I'll say this: the Russians, it's one of those deals where the heels pick the tag partner, pick the replacement. So they go find this scrawny guy. Yeah,
right.
Like Lee Harvey Oswald. Because this guy's a nobody, really.
Yeah, he can't beat us.
So
Right.
how does this guy just come along? Well, it's because the Russians, you'll find out later, the Russians pick this scrawny guy. Here's your tag team partner. Good luck with that. As we're gonna smoke these guys.
Yep.
Yeah, I like
But
that.
little do we know, there might be some cahoots afoot.
Right.
Right.
So then the valet obviously has to be Jackie Kennedy.
Yes.
And they come down in Eddie's lowrider. Just the convertible, just for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it have like the hydraulics like Eddie's?
No,
I think
it's Eddie's lowrider before he got it. So
Yeah.
it's
Before he
just
got the hydraulics.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
the
just
same car.
It's the same, right. In this universe, 40 years, 30 years, 40 years prior to the Guerreros having this car, that's the origin story of that. They took it and made it up. You get it.
Okay.
We stole the president's car.
So then
Lie, cheat, and steal, huh?
Yeah, it fits the gimmick.
oh wow, we're having another feud afterwards.
Yeah.
So week 2 after they get, so I guess in the match, do they go over in week 1 as or is it they kind of have to, right?
Well, if we're doing 4 weeks, then yes, they go over.
They go over.
This
Big
this
celebration.
feud,
Everyone looks happy.
This storyline could really have an arc to it if we did it. But let's do it. So week 1, they go over. They're the tag team champions. If you almost want, I don't want to say simulate like week 1 to week 4, blah blah blah. You can simulate like, oh, they're wrestling. They're weeks 1, 2, and 3. They're wrestling. They're kind of facing, we'll just say some jobber teams without naming names for the sake of it, but they're getting their team chemistry together. They're proving that these two guys are going to be viable fighting tag team champions. The rematch with the Russians at the next pay-per-view, because hey, rematch clause, buddy. Everyone gets one, right?
That's right.
We're invoking it next pay-per-view. JFK, Lee Harvey Oswald versus Nikolai Volkov and Vladimir Kozlov, because why not?
Yep.
So they'll get a rematch for the tag team titles in week 4. Don't know what to call these pay-per-views. I was brainstorming that as well.
Oh,
What would a pay-per-view name be back in the 1960s if you had to have one,
like
1960s.
if it's in, are we doing the pay-per-view in Dallas, Texas?
Well, I'm gonna get there. This one's not in Dallas, but we'll get there. Don't worry.
So, where's this one? Let's see.
Trying to think of something somewhere else. Oh. Martha's Vineyard.
yeah, it's got
There you go.
in a VFW club on Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah, just something I knew. It's not like that's like the Kennedys.
It'd be
region.
Beach Bash, the first Beach Bash in 1960.
Yeah. We'll call it 60. We can say 63.
Yeah, I guess we could say 63. We know
Summer
it's
of
coming.
63.
Oh yeah. Nah, well,
Summer of 63.
that implies that there's summer of 64. Yeah, like
You just call it Missile Crisis.
I know. I was thinking of something like that, but
that shit was real. All right. So then at the so first week they get put together, right? They
Yeah.
go over.
yes.
Second week promo, I'm guessing.
Yeah, like your classic like white meat babyface promo tag team. Like we're gonna we're doing this. We're gonna be fighting champion. Like the same shtick.
They could be playing off the fact that and Lee, that my partner fought for this country.
Yes.
Lee Harvey Oswald.
Yes.
He was a soldier. He was a Marine. And of
Yes.
course, and this will be like somewhere down south where they just love the troops.
Oh,
just love the troops.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
segregation still
Montgomery,
a thing.
Alabama.
God damn it, do they love the troops? So, but do they get it? So then they get attacked. They have to get attacked here during this promo.
Yeah.
So you really got to get heat on the Kozlovs.
Yeah.
of course.
Oh yeah, no, they have to storm the ring from behind. Classic cowards. Those
sons
Soviets.
of
Excuse me.
those goddamn Soviet bastards.
I've been messing up and saying Russians. Soviets. Excuse me.
Soviets.
It's Soviet Russia.
I wish someone would have corrected me earlier. But Soviets.
Okay, so week 3 they'll go against some jobber squad, right?
Yeah,
it's like a tune-up, right?
Because they haven't proven to us. It could have. What if them beating the Soviets was a fluke?
So here's a swerve too. Then you involve somehow, in the guest referee is Cuban, played by none other than Carlito. Typical.
Not Cuban.
I know.
Jesus.
That's why.
But that would be a Vince McMahon booking decision.
Okay,
for sure.
Muhammad Hassan wasn't fucking.
You're close. He's like Italian.
Yokozuna
Italian.
wasn't Japanese.
Yeah, no.
I absolutely. It is very funny, but just sidebar.
Vince McMahon just goes, "You look ethnic. We'll
It
just
is-
call you from wherever."
It's very funny watching like the old 90s stuff with Yokozuna and them just putting over Japan, knowing now like why did I think like knowing like why did I think this guy was actually Japanese as a kid? Why did I
bought
believe
it.
this? So yeah,
I bought it.
Yeah.
I mean, he did have Mr. Fuji, which gave him a little bit of credibility, I think.
it's close enough.
So
That guy's Japanese, so he's fine.
That guy's Japanese, so he must be Japanese.
So week 3 with Carlito as the guest referee. It's a total squash. These jobbers are nothing. And they just, they're doing the little pontificating at the end of the ring. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Carlito hits him with the backstabber.
Man.
Backstabber. What's
Everybody's
happening?
out to get these guys.
I had a different idea.
Okay.
Paid off by the Russians.
And now I remember I didn't say this on the recording, but this podcast is sort of a bit of a booking meeting, if you will, for history of the world. So we're taking you inside behind the curtain.
This is all definitely going to happen.
This
Hard
is
subject to change, by the way.
This is yes. This is our beyond the mat type of episode.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now that classic, like someone's like running the ropes to set up for JFK's running the ropes set up for a move. Jackie Kennedy just kind of does the leg swipe to kind of just for the distraction and the trip. Whoa, what's going on here? Was that an accident? And then maybe they could, maybe they lose that way.
No,
So
see,
it's like on a reverse whip.
Right.
no,
something.
see, that's
So-
got to
so
be,
that
I
way you
think,
don't know, like-
closer.
Right.
I think that's got to be in the main event though, because then at the end, I think the payoff has to be LBJ trying to take Jackie Kennedy, like hey, I told you we were gonna do this, like type of thing. Because like I think at that like week 3, I think that's like too early for that. I think you have to get.
I'm actually. You know what? Excuse me. You're right. So wait, do they win the match? Carlito attacks after the match.
Yeah, so then like they cut
Yeah,
to
they
like
gotta
some
win because you gotta keep building them up.
Okay.
prior to the match week 3, they cut to a backstage segment and it's just LBJ hanging out, like talking to Jackie. You can't really you don't know. It's
don't
like
hear
maybe
what's
it's
going
in
on.
it's like kind of maybe
Yeah.
in the background of like
Well,
another
because but
interview.
LBJ's still on JFK's side. He got legitimately injured, couldn't be in the match, so
Mhm.
they're discussing strategy for the team.
Right.
There you go.
Now-
Yeah, she's pushing him in the wheelchair, like the Kevin Nash wheelchair. That's
Oh, God.
Yes.
So it's
so
and
all right. So like they win. All this happens in week 3. Week 4 is the pay-per-view. A big time main event match. Now, what if we take this little Jackie Kennedy distraction, we put it in the main event and in this main event match now. The Soviets go over. The JFK is distracted. Lee Harvey Oswald's kind of on the outside of the ring. You can't get back. JFK Jackie Kennedy swipes in, distracts. Hey, what the heck? What happened here? Soviets take advantage, get the pin, win back the tag team titles.
right.
So now this newly formed team, they just lost the tag team titles 1 month after winning them. Now JFK's down in the ring. He's wondering what happens. Lee Harvey Oswald, your classic, like everyone's in the ring. What's going on? Lee Harvey Oswald heel turn.
All right, so I think you could do. I think you can do that. You can do that better. I think.
What's he hit him with?
All right, so here's how I think you could do it.
Right.
Day of the pay-per-view, right?
Mhm.
Lee Harvey Oswald and JFK, as if I can't remember the name. They're like before they're doing one of the interviews, they're worried about Carlito getting involved. They're like, yeah, I don't want I just want it to be fair or whatever.
I heard that Cuban fella's looking.
So
to
then
get
it's
in
the
this.
typical like gimmicky, like all of a sudden they do the intro. Lee Harvey Oswald's nowhere to be found.
Ooh.
Attacked backstage.
Oh,
they're in
no.
the book storage, the book storage
now-
area of the arena.
So
then
now JFK has to defend the titles alone.
So
Ooh.
right. So then he's got to defend the titles alone, and it becomes a handicap match. And then while he's looking for the help, Jackie pulls the rope away, and you're like, whoa, what the hell? What's going on here? So then you think you're gonna get your typical swerve. You get Lee Harvey Oswald coming down from the rafters. You're like, oh my
Rafters,
God.
that seems a little extreme.
No. Hear me out on this.
All right.
Coming down from the rafters.
He loves
Everybody's
heights.
like, oh, here it comes. Like the Sting entrance. Like
Yeah.
just coming down. All of a sudden, you're like, oh my God.
Coming down from the book.
He's here. He's gonna
from the
save
book
him.
depository.
He's gonna save him. Double swerve. That's when he attacks, and then then just immediately goes over. So then you're like, what the fuck? Because it's like we're gonna win, we're gonna lose, and then they do lose. And then all of a sudden they're just sitting there in the ring. JFK's just laid out there. LBJ just comes walking out from the top of the Titantron like nothing was wrong. And then the Kozlovs hand the belts over. Oh. And then you have a new faction.
Oh my God.
They'll call it NATO.
Now is in this faction Vladimir Kozlov, Nikita Volkov, LBJ,
Lee Harvey Oswald,
and Jackie
Jackie
Kennedy.
O.
and Jackie
Yep.
Kennedy. It was
Okay.
all a plot.
Okay.
Yeah.
And can I add a 6th person to this, which will happen in week 5?
Carlito.
No.
Well, Carlito has to be in this as well.
Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
you got to get the Cuban in there.
He can be there. He can be there. That's fine. So then I'll add a 7th person. I'm going to say I'm adding Marilyn Monroe to this faction.
Oh,
because
no.
and is the basis for all of this. Is Jackie Kennedy the leader of this entire group because of the infidelity
But then why would
of
Marilyn Monroe be in
JFK?
the group though?
Because it's like when a guy
Marilyn's like,
cheats.
I'm done with your shit too.
It's like when a guy cheats and then you have
When
like
both
the
girls
the ex and the mistress just pissed and
team
then they
up.
team up against the guy.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? So we could even double swerve that. You could have Marilyn Monroe, when Jackie pulls the rope back, come out from the audience and start beating the shit out of Jackie.
Mm.
And then all of a sudden, like, oh wow, now I get it. That, whatever. Now I see why she's doing it. Say it without saying it.
Mhm.
And then at the end, it's like, we knew, pussy, or something.
Well, hold on.
Something
So,
like that.
I got one more thing to add to that, just to get the Marilyn Monroe heel turn in. I think, like Dennis said, she comes out, tries to make the save, right? After the match, the beatdown occurs that we just described. Everyone beats him down. Marilyn Monroe gets in the ring. She's the only one helping JFK out. She helps him to his feet, gives him a big hug, starting to walk out. She's behind him. Low blow. There it is. Low blow.
Did we just make John F. Kennedy a heel?
No.
Somehow?
She hits John F. Kennedy with a low blow.
I know, but like,
Just
if you
everybody
really break
hates him. I don't know.
if you break it down,
Oh yeah, that's true. If he was being if he was the one
Yeah.
cheating, that's
Right.
not a good babyface move.
Yeah. No.
well, then maybe we
true.
well then okay, then from the start to that, we really have to portray Jackie Kennedy as this bitch, and that's why he cheated. But then
Like
why
she,
would
like
No,
like
I
she
don't.
was-
I
she
don't
was
think
yeah, you
you
can't
have
do
to.
that? Damn it!
No, I don't
Yeah.
think you have to. I think it's just, honestly, like, I think the Marilyn Monroe thing could kind of just be like,
Maybe scrap the Marilyn Monroe
yeah, you
stuff.
could
It's too
scrap
much.
it. You could scrap it. Like, I think
Yeah.
that's probably the best.
Why?
Or
So
you
then
could
why?
just, or you
Sorry,
could just
Marilyn, your
like,
bit's been cut.
yeah.
So then maybe do we bring it back to the other side? Jackie Kennedy's like this Miss Elizabeth type, where she's just she's baby face through and through on the good guy's side, and we just take out the whole thing.
The problem
As
is,
cool-
it's like, it's hard to continue the feud because in real life JFK's dead, so there is no and then this happened. It's just, well, he's dead. Like,
This is true.
He's dead.
Well, this is it's all fantasy booking. It's all like
Well, yeah. Well, in my oh, it'd be good. And then so at the next pay-per-view, like, skipping way ahead, they could do one of those like buried alive matches, except for it's like a sniper on a pole match or
Yeah,
something.
I did have that idea, which we'll get to.
Yeah.
So I'm almost
sniper on a knoll match.
Yes, there you go.
There it is.
Oh,
Sniper on a knoll match.
Oh, that's good. That was good. That was good.
a ladder match up to the 5th floor of the.
All right, hold on.
Floor.
All right, let's put a pause on that, and let's change directions here. I want to do Undertaker and the Pope.
Yeah, so do I.
Because I think you could be a lot more creative with that, because
Yes.
you can use, like, there's a ton of, like, I don't know if there's any like angelical type guys of the time. I don't really think that was a
Mordecai.
thing.
I was going to say that's all I could think of.
All right. So
I mean, you could technically use like those super church like preachers from over time if you need characters like Joel Osteen or
yeah, there you go.
so
there's like
okay.
whatever that Pat Robertson.
Joel Osteen's a heel already anyway, so that's
he's
perfect.
not. Yeah, no one would ever confuse him for anything but. All right, so week 1, how does this feud start? Because it's a singles feud.
Who's the heel and who's the face? I'm just saying.
Can we make the Pope the heel?
I'm just saying.
Well, it depends which Pope. I think you could go a million different.
That's
well,
fair.
I think by definition, you have to go Undertaker as the heel. I think you just have to.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say which Undertaker are we getting? Are we getting like Ministry of Darkness Undertaker? Because I feel like
Dead Man. Yeah, Dead Man. Absolutely.
Well, no,
not
like he
not
was
the
dead man for a
American
long time.
badass.
I'm
Kid
not-
Rock,
yeah.
baby.
No, Kid Rock, baby. That needs to be a T-shirt. Anyway,
Oh, it should.
no, but I'm talking more like, of course, Dead Man Undertaker. But I'm talking about like which stage? Are we talking about Purple Gloves Undertaker? Are we talking about Ministry Undertaker? Are we talking about late career Undertaker?
I think
gotta be
Purple
like
Gloves.
To me, I think Purple
Ministry.
Gloves, really. I think Ministry would be the best because, like I
Because
said,
Ministry is when he
crucifying
was
people on TV.
Yep.
Like they put Stephanie.
All
on
right,
the
then
big
yeah,
fucking
then that's
Taker
fine.
symbol.
I was
I'll be
gonna
honest,
say,
I don't know. I didn't
don't
know
you
the
dare say
difference.
crucifying because he was just hanging people on symbols.
Yeah, that was their loophole. It's an Undertaker symbol. That's a cross.
All right. So how does this? So
We'll burn a giant lowercase t on their lawn for time to leave.
So how does this feud? So this feud, how does it start? Does it? It's maybe it starts after after they crucify or hang the big boss man, and
Oh my God.
the Pope takes exception to that.
I was gonna say,
Quick
yeah,
side
what?
note. Quick side note, not booking related. I just want to say this. When that happened, when they hung Boss Man from the cell, I 100% without a doubt thought he was dead.
Yep.
I thought they just murdered a man on TV.
Because it's
Like,
like,
I-
I was
you know,
I was like, how are they
I
doing
was like,
this?
I don't know how you fake that. Like, I was like, oh, well, they just killed a guy on TV. So
They're backstage.
I
Like,
mean,
hey,
I was
man.
also probably like what, like 11 or
Yeah.
12, or maybe even younger than that at the time. So
he was
probably-
he was
probably.
pissed. He was like, you guys said you weren't gonna go this high.
So
legit thought he was murdered on TV. But anyway, go ahead.
So from there, I guess, do you start from there and just say, "Hey, we have a problem with this" or something, or like I don't
I
even
guess
know.
like how do you even introduce the Pope? Like how does he just do a run in on an Undertaker like beatdown? Like what's I guess because how do you introduce him naturally?
You could just, you probably could just have him
Like are they
cut
just
a promo.
like are they just live and are they in like Rome? And
Yeah.
he's like, oh, I'm down the street. I can fix this.
No, he has a segment. They introduce him. He has a segment like Chris Jericho's talk show. It's just him. It's just called the sermon or something like that, where he preaches to everybody, and the Undertaker comes in and interrupts it. And I think that could be
brother Love could introduce him.
the Good Father.
Good father.
Yeah, the Pope's just in right to censor.
Oh my God, yes, that's it. But then the Pope is heel.
Yeah,
But then the Pope's heel.
Oh
We're
yeah,
gonna do that. The Pope's heel.
I would have
that's right.
I would have.
But I mean, there's your in.
I'd have booed the Pope, that motherfucker.
I'd boo the Pope.
I like the idea of.
Could you imagine like they're just bringing the Pope down? And it's just me.
Yeah. Boo.
That guy's a great big phony.
You just have a sign that says Pope, and it's like one of the things where it's like the letters are saying something different. It's like pussy over something like that, or something stupid.
Or just like, you know, with the big fucking no sign, like the right to censor thing, just over the Pope.
Yeah,
or over a Pope hat.
Yeah, or just like a cross, like an actual cross. Just or Bruce is just hanging out
I
there.
think that's
burning a
copyrighted.
cross.
Bad Religion, I think, might have a copyright on that one.
Upside down though. It's
oh, true.
It's Bruce is just actually burning a cross. He's just
Jesus Christ.
It's not what you think. It's not what you think.
It's for wrestling.
I like the idea of the main event of the pay-per-viewing be instead of a Hell in a Cell, it's a Heaven in a Cell podcast. The podcast, Jesus Christ. Oh, it's stupid.
Or Ladder to Heaven. Ladder to Heaven match.
Oh, where were you? That's just the Pope's entrance music. Where were you?
When they built that ladder to hell.
No, but now here's the thing: is the Pope? Now depending on where the Pope goes, he could be heel or face. It's like a USA Canada thing. He goes down south,
super over.
Yeah,
super over.
Super over. He goes to like Seattle, Washington. Booed out of the building.
Massive
booed
heel.
out of the building.
Massive.
Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
Hailing from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
They do it a Saudi Arabian show. Oh my God. Nuclear heat. Nuclear.
The heat.
Nuclear heat for the Saudi shows.
Yeah, but then he just gets up there and agrees with them that the women shouldn't be being blasphemous. So they're like,
he's just still cutting heel promos.
yeah. They're like, honestly, this guy's got some points. You know, maybe we hear him out. You know, I'm just saying. You know, I love the Pope cutting a promo
in Saudi Arabia
at Crown Jewel.
Or the greatest Rumble.
Oh my God.
The only crown jewel that will be is in my Pope hat. He just puts it on. Oh, it's so funny. There's
so many scenarios.
It's hilarious because it's just basically right to censor, but just like way more Christian
based, yeah,
yeah.
or religious based rather.
My God,
Oh man, yeah.
there's
So
a
I
lot.
The
Like,
Pope is an enigma, man. We don't know how to book this guy. It's like this is what it must feel like to be in WWE when creative says, "Sorry, buddy, we got nothing for you."
yeah, like what right, yeah.
Listen,
all right,
listen.
we'd like to wish the Pope the best in his future endeavors.
Yeah, imagine firing the Pope.
Listen, Hunter. The only thing we could come up with is a feud between him and Gangrel. That's kind of all we got. And sorry,
Big Gangrel guy. Love
we,
Gangrel.
we got nothing else. Oh man.
It's funny, like, because like this, like the natural story for those two is there.
Oh
Like,
yeah. Oh,
But how do we get there?
It's
I
so.
know it's like, I mean, but it is. It's like you're not the one that crucifies people. That was me. Or the Pope and the Undertaker are tag team champions now.
No. See, that's
It was me all along. And then the Pope starts dressing in black.
No,
Oh my God, black, dark Pope.
I like the idea of the Pope being face until the end, where it turns out that Joel Osteen is like his handler, like behind the scenes or something like that.
Yeah,
Where
right.
Joel Osteen's pulling the strings. And they're in some like the Authority faction or something like that.
Yeah. Then you get like
trying to
David Miscavige in there somewhere somehow.
I don't even know who that is.
The leader of Scientology.
Oh. No, isn't that L. Ron Hubbard? I thought that was
he's a creator.
David
Oh,
Miscavige
okay.
is. David Miscavige
So
is
he
the
made
current
that
leader.
up. Got it.
Yeah.
David Miscavige's wife has been missing for many, many years.
Yep.
And she has not been in contact with anybody for probably over a decade at this point. Shelley
That's
Miscavige.
true.
So
That is
if
true.
anyone does hear from her, be sure to tell the authorities about that.
Be sure to call the
I will-
6-Man Tag podcast and report your finding.
We're going to be
I'll
on a
just say this.
Scientology list.
I will never knock religion. I know some people are very anti-religion, and I get the reasons why. I'll put it that way. I will never knock somebody's religion. If you believe in something, you go ahead and believe it. I will take every fucking opportunity I have to take shots at Scientology.
And the Amish.
Any shot.
And
Any
the Amish.
shot.
Jesus. It'd be a good one if you wanted to make the Pope face. You just you put him in a match with him and Muhammad Hassan.
Yeah.
Except for again, he goes to Saudi Arabia. That guy is
Hassan's over.
Hassan
is over.
He's a fucking baby face.
Yep.
Oh, man, I guess we got to give him the Jinder Mahal title run now to get him over here. We got to get the international. We got to get the Middle East.
Is WWE doing a show in Saudi Arabia anytime soon? Is that why Jinder's been on TV again?
Oh no, that's
India.
I know.
I was like, oh no, please.
I know.
Please know the difference. They might be, but either way.
I hope not.
No, but actually, well, they've done shows in India too, which is why they had like Mansoor and Jinder kind of get those pushes before that run too. So
yeah.
But
and then
what about Taj?
Taj
does not get the push he deserves.
He doesn't.
Taj Mahal.
Taj is still rolling around in NXT somewhere.
Cousin of Jinder. All right. How long have we been doing this for? How long has this been going for?
Hour?
Oh man.
Give or take.
I'm out of ideas. If you have any more,
I will free. if we're gonna wrap up the JFK Lee Harvey Oswald, I will say that this pay-per-view is going to take place in Dallas, Texas.
No, it has to.
It will be John F. Kennedy versus Lee Harvey Oswald. I mean, I proposed a last ride match.
Okay.
The other right.
Oh, didn't we say we wanted at the main event it's Lee Harvey Oswald, but then there's interference by the FBI. It's just the actual ECW FBI.
Oh my god, that's genius. That's genius.
It's the CIA, but the FBI.
No, but we gotta get the FBI involved anyway. We gotta get the FBI involved.
Nunzio, Vito, Big Sal.
But they're all talking about like government intel, like they're actually like in the FBI.
No, they're real FBI now.
They're just jobbing.
They come out wearing black suits but Italian flag ties.
Yes.
The embassy. It's just so stupid.
There's just the possibilities with this are endless, which does make it fun, especially if you're just bullshitting on here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh man, I do want to, do
Yeah,
that.
but for real though, R.I.P. JFK. For real.
I mean, yeah, rest
Yeah,
in
may
peace.
may he rest in peace.
Mike, true or false? You stood on the exact spot he was shot.
Facts. True.
I desecrated
That
that
should be the
man's-
thumbnail. That should be the thumbnail.
Oh, just
Ooh.
We got a
oh,
picture.
then you gotta put the next picture of me drinking the Schaefer's in New
Oh.
Haven. No one will get that
Are
except
we,
for me.
are we gonna go? Are we gonna go out soon? Yeah, after this documentary's over. Oh, there's 6 more hours of this. All right.
It's funny. I brought that up with my dad the other night. He's like, "What?" So I was like, "Yeah, we had a real big night of partying planned, and it turns out we just drank 10 beers each and watched JFK murder documentaries."
And then we went to
Sounds like a
Yale-
party to me.
And then we went to
Yale, Harvard,
Harvard.
football.
Oh fuck.
Harvard, hail, hail, Harvard.
Wow.
Got my Ivy League schools mixed up. Guess
Oh,
I'll never
here's another
I'll never
feud you
go to
could
one of
have. What
those.
was the Harvard guy? What was that guy's name? Nowitzki.
Chris Nowitzki. Oh no.
Nowitzki. You could have him. You could have him feud with the Pope,
Anybody.
and he just tries to disprove the theory of
Oh.
God.
I thought
Entire time.
I thought you were gonna say him versus like Antonio Brown, and he's just trying to help him, but Antonio Brown just wants to fight him.
I don't understand that. I'm gonna be honest. Who's
Antonio
Antonio Brown. Oh,
Because he
God.
probably has serious.
Oh yeah, that's right. Nowitzki's like a doctor now, isn't he?
Yes.
He's a doctor who specializes in concussions and basically head
yeah.
injuries.
Yeah.
And at the
CTE.
end, he just gives him a tombstone pile driver onto the Harvard floor to put him over. It just ends the feud. I can't help you. He just he just mercy kills him basically.
I love
Basically.
it. I love
Like,
it.
oh man,
I fucking love it.
Oh my god.
I
Oh,
like it
man.
a lot.
I don't know, man. I guess if we're gonna put a bow on this one, and that way you got to stay tuned for part 2 to see what else we got planned for this. Again, I feel like I got to thank the people that do listen. If it is a few, I don't care. If anyone listens to this, it is
I
great.
listen.
You welcome.
Right. No, like, yeah. I mean, I think some of our friends listen, a couple others, because like the clicks do, even if
When we got some
double
interesting
digits.
topics, people jump in, which is
Yeah.
cool. And
No, for
hopefully,
sure.
if
And
we can
like-
get some of these interviews lined up with us, especially since
Yeah.
one of them needs approval, maybe that'll bump us up a little bit. We'll see.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, those
No, and it's
episodes
like-
when you guys talk about my crotch usually brings in a lot of views.
I mean,
from
I
what
don't
I've
see
been
why it
told.
wouldn't, if we're
No,
being
same.
honest.
Same.
But look, I want to thank everyone that if you do listen every week, if you catch, and I know I'm bad with the socials and the clips. I wish I had more time to just edit clips. I wish I had the time I did when we did the hockey podcast, because I had all day.
Oh my god.
I had
yeah.
all day to do that.
Back when you were on welfare.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that you were like, "Hey, check out this intro I did." And I was like, "Oh my god."
Yeah. When I had
It's
the
like
time.
blown
and now,
away by that.
And now I'm just like, all right, it's 10:30 and I'm tired and
I'm gonna go to bed.
I'm not gonna do this tonight.
Yep.
I get it.
Hey, if anyone
Jeez.
out there wants to take the video of this podcast, make cool clips for us for free.
You want to be an intern here at the
I know.
Six
Yeah,
Man
yeah, we're
Tag
looking for
Podcast.
interns, yeah.
Yeah.
Looking at
listen,
you, Chris. Any
you're not-
interest?
you're not going to get paid, just like any internship. I also can't offer you college credit.
Or anything.
Um,
We can just say thank you, and we might not even do that.
We'll
Yeah.
send you a sticker and call you a cunt every week.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I am. I do have stickers coming in the mail shortly. So if you want
That's
one, just
awesome.
reach. If you want
Our
one,
first
just reach
merch.
out. If you want a sticker, just reach out. Honestly,
Do I still have them? I think they're still here somewhere.
I definitely have those beer stickers we did a few years ago, but they're like upstairs. Oh yeah.
Yeah, right here.
How many inches? How many inches is that sticker?
I got paperweight stickers. There you go. Reach out if you want paperweight stickers.
There you
too.
go.
Fuck it. I'll give them
Dude,
away.
what's a stamp? What's a stamp for? What is a stamp now? Like 40 something cents, 50 cents?
I have no idea.
80 something.
I'll send you one.
I
All
haven't
need-
mailed a letter in
I
ever.
know. I know. That's the thing. I haven't.
Dearest Bruce, it is with post haste I write this letter to you.
I'm gonna write you all letters now. I'm gonna
You'll
write you
ju-
letters
you'll
about
just
like
be
what I did.
You'll just be like Cartman in that South Park episode. Dear Mrs. McCormick, it is with terrible tragedy that you know, and I hate you, Cat. Yeah. When you and Dog just become pen pals. You don't even talk. Don't tell me
need a
what's
pen
going.
pal.
You guys play NHL. You're like, don't tell me what's going on. I wrote you a letter.
Yeah.
just like,
Don't spoil it.
That's probably what Deej does still. He probably still like writes letters in lieu of text messages. It's like, well, I'll probably get like a letter tomorrow. Be like, did you guys see last week's football games? Love Deej. Like it's
Love
just like
Deej.
I'm feeling real good about the Jets and Aaron Rodgers this year.
snail mail. Just like P.S. Should get a phone. Probably won't.
I don't think Michigan's going to make the playoffs this year, guys.
Yeah, right. He's just sitting there. He's got like he's like the letter's actually talking about how Ariana's pregnant with Francis. He just got like baptized into. Oh my god, is this in quill pen? Like what is this?
The penmanship is amazing, though.
It's just sitting up by like whale oil light, like tapping a quill pen. Dearest Dennis, many blessings from the Lord have given upon us, for my wife is pregnant with our second-born son.
Yeah. I have to go shoot Abraham Lincoln
Another
later.
heir.
Yes. I sure hope the boys are not drafted into the war. Just those Germans are getting quite frisky over there. Now I'm just going different eras at this point.
Hopefully I seed more heirs just in case some of them die during the harsh winter.
What would Joe Patrick in Civil War sound like?
Oh man.
Racist?
You know who else I hate? The fucking North.
Yeah, he would definitely be it's a house divided. Yeah, he would be DJ just sitting there. Now that I have a second son, the crop harvest will be much easier than it was last year.
Putting him to work at like 6 months.
He is a grown boy, almost in his manhood. 7 months old. I pray tuberculosis or typhoid fever does not strike our family. For I had trench foot back in the day.
We have a life expectancy of 20 now. They gotta get to work. Oh my god.
It's so funny because Ari's a fucking nurse. It just makes it better. I fell in love with the most beautiful nurse on the battlefield.
Yeah.
Medic.
Yeah, right.
You gotta call her medic.
She was a seamstress from Utica, New York. Her father asked a dowry of 7 hens. And I gave them
7 hens.
Oh god, can this just be it's just becoming a LARPing podcast at this point. Like,
yeah, we're just making shit up.
It's great.
Just making shit up.
If there was
making shit up
anybody
about our
listening
friends
still,
that
they're
nobody
like,
knows.
who is fucking this Civil
Who's Joe
War
Patrick?
Yeah,
Yeah.
who's this Civil War
Wait, is
friend
this
they have?
2 people?
I'm confused.
Same guy.
No.
Same guy.
One sucks.
Kind of like Tom and Nick Mysterio.
Oh,
Oh, it's funny. Still
Tom
wearing
and
jean shorts.
I feel like
Your-
our
your friend.
truth would have been hilarious in this time. Just like,
Oh
just-
God!
In the Civil War.
If our truth was a time,
I don't know if he
our
would
truth
have
was
been
a
hear
time
me-
traveler.
Depends
me
where
out.
he was living, I suppose.
Yeah, well, obviously there's certain times where our truth might want to avoid. I'm just saying,
it'd be funny. It'd be very funny.
it's like the time haters.
I don't even know if that's
We came all
PG.
back to call you a cracker.
Oh man, that's we got to get Deej to be like a Civil War reenactor. I think that just has to happen.
I'm surprised he's not already doing it.
I would say he's got to be close.
Don't they just live in like fucking? They're burning whale oil still, and
He's just gonna buy a musket one day, and we're just gonna be like, "We knew it. We saw this coming."
Hey, we'll pick you up at the train station. He just shows up in a horse and buggy.
It only took me a fortnight to arrive.
Oh my god.
I fear Ari might be ill.
I feel like she might have the dysentery.
What's the Oregon Trail now?
Yeah.
Deej, it's funny. Deej is the only one in costume. Everybody else is just fucking normal. Like Ari's just in normal clothes. The kids are in just normal clothes,
Yeah.
and Deej is dressed like fucking Robert E. Lee.
Deej is like, I fear she might have dysentery, and Ari's just like, I had a stomach bug last week. I'm fine. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to put her down.
Did I tell you I don't know, Craig, if I ever told you this, but the last time we were up there, we got there, like Deej got off of work at like 3:30, and we're like, oh, what do you want to do? And like all I heard about was these everything wings, like how good they are.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
So I'm like, all right, let's go do that. It was like, what's like early dinner or whatever. So put a couple beers back, eat a dozen wings, whatever.
Yep.
Get out of there 5, 6. Ari calls him, hey, you want to meet me at dinner at this Greek restaurant? And we're like, oh no. So we just ate two dinners and just piled
Sometimes
it
you
on.
gotta suck it up and eat a second dinner.
Piled
Man.
it on top.
Sometimes you just gotta
no.
suck it up. Bobo did that to what? Bobo did that to us once, where we were going out to I think that BurgerFi place that opened, like when it first opened.
Yeah, in Raymond.
And,
yeah.
Yep. So we were going there for lunch, and we hit up Bobo, and we're like, Bobo, we're going to BurgerFi. You want to check it out? And he goes, sure. I'm at IHOP right now. I'll meet you guys there.
It's only the only place that would have been funnier if it was like Arby's. Like I don't know why IHOP makes that so funny, or Golden Corral. Like, hey, what do you do?
Yeah.
Well, I'm having.
He was at
fondue.
IHOP with his girlfriend, and they both came to BurgerFi, and he got himself a burger, and I was just like, did you guys not eat at IHOP? And he goes, no, we ate.
Oh,
that's brutal, bro.
Dude, you said Golden Corral. I'll never not think of Chris taking a picture of his plate.
Oh.
And
I remember Matt said I couldn't even tell you how long ago this was. Matt was like, was this already digested? I think was his line. I was like, oh man. It was like pulled pork, and it just looked like brown and wrong. And he was like beautiful. Like that was oh man. All right, put a fork in this thing, please, because we'll just go forever.
Yeah. Keep going forever about people that nobody knows.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So yeah. Listen, thanks everyone. Damn, I'm gonna need a USB cable for this microphone. I keep getting the old on-off bullshit microphone switching. So if my audio sounds weird, that's why.
It's not just then,
but for most of it, you've been fine though.
Well, like I get the pop-up that says your default microphone has switched to whatever, because it's definitely like the wire that's just mess it up. Whatever. But anyway, this was episode 69, part 1. A lot more to come with this. When you see the next episode after this pop up to your feed, it will not say episode 70. So don't expect it to. 69 part 2.
69 and a half.
How many parts? We'll see.
Depends on how many people we can actually get for guests.
This is true.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we'll definitely have some for part 2 for sure, because we're already working that out.
We're working on some stuff.
We'll have people. We'll definitely have people.
In the coming
we're gonna try to land the big fish. The big fish is the one I'm actually really worried about.
That's right. Chris D's coming back.
Chris D'Antonio. No. Actual AEW.
Actually, we should have Chris on the show next week too. I think we talked to him about it. Skylar should be back.
Yes,
hopefully. Andy,
my former tag partner, might be joining us. Andy Vivians.
House of Pain, hopefully.
Hopefully, and then obviously we got the big surprise that we're hopefully
we're hoping for
you, but we'll see.
But give us a follow on the socials: Instagram 6-Man Tag Podcast and YouTube 6-Man Tag Podcast. Twitter 6-Man Tag, but that whole app is a waste of time. No one actually sees anything, and I'm not paying for it.
Facts.
So so there's that. That's all I got for socials. Hey CJ, where can the people find your stuff?
Here's the interesting thing, right? Because we actually have an announcement, right? So first off, go follow the Paperweight Project. That's what the logo looks like. A little paper crane for you right there, right? Go follow Paperweight Project. Best way to follow it for all the music is soundcloud.com/The Paperweight Project. You go there, you're going to see 3 songs ready to go. One of them being our very own cover of Kingdom, the Cody Rhodes theme song that Skylar and I and our friend John Hooten all worked on together. But big announcement this week, because we are finally dropping another song It's going to be ready for you next week. It's ready now, but we're going to wait till next week to drop it. That song is going to be a, you know what? It's going to, I was going to talk about what it is, but fuck it. It's a cover song, Jimmy Eat World cover, a praise chorus. One of my favorite songs by that band. We're putting that out next week. It's all ready to go. Did the final touches on it and everything like that. So that's going to be on not only soundcloud.com/the Paperweight Project, but we're also going to be adding it to next week's episode of the Six Man Tag Podcast. So you guys who do check out our show can get a first look at it. And hope you guys enjoy. It'll be dropping, I guess we drop the episodes on Saturday? Sunday?
Friday-ish.
Friday? Okay. Well, so assume next Friday or whenever we get this recording done for the next episode, we'll be dropping on that Friday. And
can you feel him, sir?
Can you feel him, sir? Those interviews were the best, by the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, check it out. Check out what we got up there so far. Let me know what you think. Leave me a comment.
It's good. I can tell you that. I've heard it.
Yes, the boys have heard the cover, so they definitely gave me their thumbs up already, which I appreciate. So, but let me know what you think of the other songs. I got I have an original. I have two originals and the Kingdom cover on there now, soon to be joined by a second cover, but got some other things that are in the works. Obviously, finally starting to get my shit together. Being that I was able to mix the Jimmy Eat World cover. So now that I actually have my studio, quote unquote, up and running again, there should be some more stuff coming down the pipe soon. So you're going to want to follow it. You're going to want to like it and share if you can. Do whatever. Just help me out. Help me out. Share my music.
I'm begging you. Please help me.
I'm on my knees right now. No. But I hope you enjoy it. Please leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. SoundCloud.com/the Paperweight Project. Dennis,
hell yeah,
you got anything for us?
You can follow me.
I know you have an active Twitch.
I don't really do much on that unless it's game day. But you can follow me on Instagram, Denny Janetti MTV, or you can follow me on YouTube primarily, Denny Janetti MTB, if you'd like to watch me ride a bike moderately well. Other than that,
and take shits in the woods.
Yeah. Well, I don't. Yeah. I put my GoPro on for that.
You filmed that, right?
Yeah.
Do you put the GoPro like on your back sticking out so it sees
it's like underneath,
or do you put it?
It's an undercarriage.
It's the
undercarriage shot. Yeah.
Honestly, man, listen.
Behind
Okay.
the ball shot.
So this is the last thing I want to talk about before we go because I'm shot. Like I just want to go to bed. But I'm getting I'm really really comfortable with it. Doesn't really bother me at all. It should.
It's gotten to the point where now, like when people ask if something is true, my response isn't does a bear shit in the woods. It's does Denny shit in the woods.
Does Dennis shit in the woods? The answer is yes. Austin. Yeah. Just gotta find a place, let it go, man. It happens, dude. Doesn't bother me. People who can't like crap in public, I don't get it. Like, I don't know, it's just me. But at this point, it was weird at first, but now, hey, listen.
It's part of life.
Part of life, man.
It's part of nature.
YOLO. That's the key to say. All right, send me off before we start talking about my bowels even more.
I mean, we got another hour if you got more more shit to say.
All right, so anyway.
This is a good one, man. Episode 69, part 1, just shooting the shit, man. Just throwing out storylines. Hey, if you have any historical events and matchups and feuds that you'd like us to discuss, please send them our way. Instagram DM, anyway, YouTube comment, leave it in the comments, whatever you got. We'll talk about it. Just tell us. And again, we got stickers, so if you want one, just reach out to us on Instagram and I'll send you one. So do that.
That's all you got to do.
Just send us a message, give us a follow. I'll send you a sticker. That's all.
Not even asking for money.
No. What do I care? I'll send it to you. Get the name out. Get us out there. So for all that, hey, until next time, until episode 69, part 2. Peace out for now. Bye.
Bye.